Sora have started to rein back the amount of creative power that you have within the models. We see this again and again with image and video models where they'll release basically an unfettered version of the model initially in order to cause a big splash and to make everyone say, wow, this is really good. It will generally be quite fast and there will be less creative restrictions. So people were creating content using IP protected characters. You could get stuff from Disney, you could get Sonic the Hedgehog, you could get Mario, whatever. You could throw them all into a video. And that only lasted a couple of days before they reined that back in, and now you'll be told, no, that is a content violation. You're not allowed to generate that video. So this is very normal with AI companies. They'll generally do this. They'll let you go nuts for the first few days, which gets some good press, gets them a lot of virality online, and then they'll be like, actually, no. What we're seeing here, though, which is a little bit different, is that OpenAI are going to work on allowing licensed characters or licensed faces into Sora via the Cameo feature, which allows you to put yourself or a specific IP, in this case, intellectual property, in this case, into Sora. But they're going to be doing official licensing. So it's a bit like, this could be closer to something like Fortnite, where you can buy skins of K-pop Demon Hunter or Nicki Minaj. I think that might be Fortnite. Not Fortnite, Call of Duty, but having officially licensed characters within your ecosystem. So fictional characters are officially coming to Sora as OpenAI manages copyright chaos. Collabs with fictional characters are on the horizon for Sora, officially that is, as OpenAI moves to restrict the flow of unauthorized horrors like meth cooking and Nazi SpongeBobs and criminal Pokemon that have plagued the platform from day one. I saw a very upsetting video of Sam Altman barbecuing and eating a Pikachu. Not going to have any more of that. Bill Peebles, leader of the Sora team at OpenAI, said fictional characters' appearances in videos, known as cameos, are on the roadmap, with details hopefully dropping soon, teasing a sanctioned way, boring, to use copyrighted characters on the platform. Now, this is a little inaccurate from The Verge, because cameos is not only for fictional characters. Cameos also allows you to scan your own face and to record your own voice and to put yourself into videos and to use your friends with permission in those videos. So that's not quite right. It comes as CEO Sam Altman pivoted over the weekend from the company's opt-out copyright policy it had been using for generating videos, and instead they're moving to opt-in. So they opened up, as I say, wide, allowing people to basically go nuts, because that really helps with the virality, and it worked. Sora was all people were talking about last week, and then you rein that back and you move it to opt-in. You move it to opt-in rather than opt-out. Altman has promised rights holders, like Disney, for example, who he says are very excited for this new kind of interactive fan fiction, weird phrasing, more granular control. He says they will be similar to the opt-out models for using your likeness, but with extra controls. Altman has also said some form of revenue sharing with rights holders whose characters are used will start very soon, though he warned the exact payment method will likely take some trial and error to figure out. I imagine video game characters and other IP that are less strict potentially becoming part of this revenue sharing model, in the same way that when Snoop Dogg or Goku appear in Fortnite, there will be a portion of that cash which goes to the original character. Snoop Dogg is not a character. So I'm surprised that they are talking about this so soon in Sora's lifetime. I think that in this case, maybe they weren't expecting Sora to be quite as popular and for people to be creating quite as much problematic content that could get OpenAI into legal hot waters. So I think this is a quickly rushed out statement to say, oh, yeah, we're going to rein this back and we're going to work out a way to do this properly. It's one of those good problems to have, I would say. If nobody cared, if this wasn't popular enough, then this would not be an issue. So with VO3, for example, and other models, they haven't been popular enough, despite being very good, to cause this kind of reaction from rights holders and from OpenAI as a response. So I think that's what we're seeing. It's because finally AI video is good enough and popular enough and soon to be released to, we've just heard, 800 million users who are now in the ChatGPT ecosystem. Now it's become a large enough problem that this needs to be resolved.